This is the transition on Atlantic Television Network. State Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Rivers State Command, Basil Igwebweze, has reiterated its pledge to curtailing menace of oil theft pipeline vandalism in Rivers State. The command also degrade the corporate image of NSCDC across the nation, while soliciting for more credible and actionable intelligence from the public. Igwebweze affirmed that the command under his watch is fully ready to partner with reputable stakeholders in the government, civil society organizations, religious leaders, community youths, and sister security agencies in order to rid Rivers State of the menace of oil theft and its negative effects on the environment. Select number of Rivers State lawmakers have called on the federal government to extend the pipeline surveillance contract awarded to Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited beyond the current 3-month period. This is as the lawmakers rate the company high on its performance on pipeline surveillance across select Niger Delta states. PINL is one of the contractors employed by the federal government to implement its security surveillance policy of oil industry assets, especially pipelines in the Niger Delta region. Reacting to the development on ATM blowout, socio-political analyst and compliance expert Professor Leke Agema criticized the lack of transparency on the pipeline surveillance contracts and wondered what measures are used to determine the success of the contract before calling for an extension. Here is the update.
We are living in a country where there is no sufficient transparency. If the activities of public sector organizations or public sector partners are transparent enough as the letter of our law and constitution expects, especially in the petroleum sector, which is the mainstay of the Nigerian economy, where even by global best practices, transparency is expected to be extremely high in this sector because we are dealing with natural resources and, if you like, call it the riches of a country. Unfortunately, we don't have that information. So I think that what they have said, they will be the best position to know on what, if you like, call it objective premise, are they making this submission. Because there could be others who will be somewhere and say, sorry, these people have not performed. After all, we are aware that some, if you like, call it vandalism of oil installations continue to go on even as we speak. You can't tell me that they have achieved 100% success. And if they have not achieved 100% success and have been so successful, it will also be nice for those sort of information to be put forward so that they...
Professor Leke Agema further demanded transparency in the pipeline oil contracts to Nigerians, as this concerns the sovereign wealth of our nation. Here is the update.
See, the Nigerian public deserves to be taken seriously. Their rights to information needs to be respected and honored in the dealings with issues that concern the public, especially when sovereign wealth of our country is involved. And here again, I will have to blame you, members of the fourth estate of the rim. It appears that you haven't particularly activated your powers under the Freedom of Information Bill. To demand for critical information. It is your right on behalf of the public to demand for those information. Why are we not getting this information? So it's terrible.
All Progressives Congress says it plans to challenge Monday's disqualification of its Bayelsa governorship candidate, Chief Timibri Silva, from the November 11 poll. Justice Donatus Okorowo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, in a judgment delivered on Monday, disqualified Silva from contesting in the governorship election. Okorowo ruled that Silva, having been sworn in twice and ruled for 5 years as governor of Bayelsa, would breach the 1999 constitution as amended if allowed to contest again. Reacting to the judgment, Perry took Tukwe, Director Media and Publicity APC Bielsa Gubernatorial Campaign Council, said the party has briefed its lawyers to appeal the judgment, and it is confident that the Court of Appeal will overturn the judgment of the Federal High Court. He said the suit was contrary to a directive by the Supreme Court that all pre-election matters be heard in the state where party primaries were held. Abia State government has taken a determined step towards collaborating with the federal government in reviving and refurbishing national museums and other monuments across the state. The development was made known by Martins Okey Justice, a senior special assistant on tourism and entertainment to Abia State governor. The SSA, who paid a courtesy visit to Director General, National Commission for Museums and Monuments, Professor Abba Tijani, at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, expressed the state's government's desire to revamp the sector. Martin's, who was received on behalf of the NCMM Director General by the Director of Museums, Abdul Gimba, and all the management staff, made special reference to the dilapidated former Eastern Nigerian Administrative Building, which is popularly known as Ojukwu Bunker. He said apart from Ojukwu Bunker, all the great monuments belonging to the NCMM but situated in the state would also be revamped by the Abia State government to make them become international tourist centers. Ekiti State government has disclosed its readiness to begin massive construction of road across the 16 local governments under the World Bank-assisted projects, Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Projects. The state's RAMP coordinator, Sunday Adunmo, made this known in Ado Ekiti at a one-day sensitization training organized for the workers of the project. He said construction would begin on some of the rural roads in the state next month, noting that Ekiti was officially added to the participating states last year, August, after meeting the conditions for the project. The ramp boss said the engineering designs for 12 roads totaling 77 kilometers roads had been received and would be launched by the end of October for construction work to begin. Parties in the recent hostilities between Ifon and Ilobu have been urged to prioritize dialogue as the path to peace. The call was made by the National Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Ajibola Basiru. Basiru, in a statement, condemned the conflicts that have resulted in the destruction of lives and property. He added that he felt concern for the victims and identified with them. The APC National Scribe also appealed to the media and the civil society organizations to be instrumental in efforts towards peace by spreading messages of reconciliation, cohesion, and hope. Vigilante Yahya Mohammed was paraded by the Niger State Police Command for allegedly killing a commercial motorcyclist before robbing him of his motorcycle. The vigilante was alongside 37 other suspects paraded for allegedly being involved in various criminal activities in the state. The spokesman for the command, Abiodun Wasiu, while parading the suspects, explained that investigations were ongoing to unravel the details of their crimes before taking them to court. According to him, the police received information of a lifeless body with a sealed throat at the Shabali area of Mokwa, adding that the police operatives led by DPO Mokwa Division mobilized to the scene and evacuated the corpse to a morgue. He said the suspect abandoned the corpse and took the motorcycle away, saying the case is under investigation at State CID Mina. The spokesman declared that the suspect would be arraigned for culpable homicide after the investigation. The suspect, Mohammed, while speaking with newsmen, confessed to the crime, saying that he did not know why he did it and did not want to die. Socio-cultural group Afro Youth Mobility has expressed deep concern over the deteriorating state of the LGEA primary school in the Agam community of Nasarawa local government area, Nasarawa State. Dauda Kana, the group chairman, in a statement expressed his concern, insisting that the current condition of the school is the reason many pupils abandon their education. The chairman said the school lacked basic amenities such as clean drinking water and sanitary facilities, aggravating the situation and further discouraging students from attending. The group appealed to all stakeholders to unite and take immediate action to salvage the future of the children, maintaining that primary education is the bedrock of learning. Kaduna government says it is collaborating with the State House of Assembly to make laws on recreative vehicles and traffic violations in the state. The state governor, Obasani, said that this at the inauguration of the 2023 Ember Months campaign by the Federal Road Safety Corps Kaduna Sector Command in Kaduna. Sani was represented by Hamza Ibrahim, the State Commissioner for Public Works and Infrastructure. He said the state government recently inaugurated the State Road Safety Advisory Council in line with the Nigerian Road Safety Strategy 2 to bring sanity on roads within the state. The governor said that the state government had established 5 computerized vehicle testing centers as part of efforts in ensuring vehicles compliant with all safety standards in the state. He also urged the people to take road safety as a personal responsibility and support FRSC in achieving the desired result of reducing road traffic crashes and the barest minimum. Earlier, Kabiru Nadab, the sector commander, FRSC Kaduna Sector Command, said Ember Months, which began in September to run through December every year, came with vehicular movement across the country. You're watching The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. We will return after this break. Welcome back. This is Atlantic Television Network Transition. Now on the rest of our stories. Minister of Education Professor Tahir Maman says the government of President Bola Tinubu was interested in a stable academic calendar for tertiary institutions in the country. The minister also noted that plans were ongoing to review the security architecture for schools in the country. Maman, who spoke during an event to mark the 60th anniversary of the Committee of Vice Chancellors in Abuja on Monday, also noted that the government increased the salaries of workers in tertiary institutions as part of its commitment to the welfare of the academic community. The minister also challenged the committee to place Nigerian universities among global institutions that use science and technology as vehicles for solving their problems. He also said that with regard to energy, steps had been taken to power the universities through gas-powered facilities using the PPP window provided by the government. Also speaking at the event, the Secretary General of the CVCNU, Professor Yakubu Ochefu, who gave a brief history of the committee since its creation in 1962, noted that the University of Ibadan remained the only university with the highest number of vice-chancellors since its existence. And now to some business reports. Minister of Solid Minerals Development Dele Aleke has pledged to increase the mining sector's contribution to Nigeria's gross domestic product. Aleke disclosed this during a meeting with a delegation from the Miners Association of Nigeria, led by its national president Dele Ayanleke. According to him, the country would achieve its diversification agenda by harnessing the revenue potentials of minerals. Nigeria has rich deposits of minerals, including gold, lead, zinc, coal, bitumen, iron ore, limestone, barite, and others, but the government targets a 3% contribution to GDP in 2025, according to the country's mining roadmap. Up next is the international tidbits. Israeli airstrikes continued as the country's military called up about 300,000 reservists ahead of a potential round invasion of Gaza. Fighting between Israeli soldiers and Islamist Hamas militants continued in the border area with Gaza on Monday as Israel's defense minister vowed a complete siege of the coastal strip. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged restraints, acknowledging Israel's legitimate security concerns but expressing anguish that the extremely dire conditions for civilians in Gaza will only deteriorate exponentially. Israeli leaders, however, vowed massive and lengthy retaliation for the deadly attack on Israel launched by Hamas from the Gaza Strip on Saturday. Israeli gunships also launched strikes in southern Lebanon, raising fears in the region that the conflict could broaden and escalate further. Entertainment news. Nigerian producer and disc jockey Florence Otedola, popularly known as DJ Copy, has been awarded for charitable feats through her Copy Foundation. She revealed this on her Instagram page, noting that she clinched the Philanthropic Endeavor Leadership Award during the Best of Africa Award Show. The award show focuses on honoring and celebrating the achievements of people of African Pan-African heritage. Copy in her post excitedly posed with her trophy while dressing in a traditional attire of the Yoruba tribe. In her caption, she expressed her gratitude to the organization for her award, noting her pride about being an African. Copy is well known for her charity and generosity, especially when it comes to the betterment of Africans at large. Through her foundation, she aims to assist future African leaders by equipping them with the knowledge, tools, and networks needed to have the greatest effect on Africa and beyond. Sports news. Super Eagles of Nigeria will begin preparations for the double-header friendly against Saudi Arabia and Mozambique on Tuesday. All the 25 invited players are expected to converge in Portimao, Portugal for the friendlies. Head coach Jose Pozero has already handed late invitations to 3 players, Tyrone Ebuhi, Omar Sadiq, and Chedoze Awaziem, for the games. They came in as replacements for the injured trio, Ola Aina, Taiwo Awoniyi, and Jamilu Collins. The friendlies are meant to serve as preparations for the Super Eagles 2026 World Cup qualifying fixtures against Lesotho and Zimbabwe.